Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. We are doing Bookmas Day 3 here and we've got a book haul for you. It's the final book haul of 2025. You're gonna be like, what do you mean the final one? You literally filmed one a couple months ago. I mean, I've had multiple books haul this year. I just haven't filmed them. We've got 35 books to go through. I'm gonna start with, it's gonna seem like 2 books, but it's actually 1. About a month ago, I bought this book, The Things Gods Break by Abigail Owen from Costco, and I thought it was beautiful because it's a beautiful book. Looked it up. It was book 2 of a series. Could not find book 1 for the longest time, and I wanted the special edition to match, and I searched Pango, eBay, websites, stores for the special edition of the first one. Could not find it. When I was on Pango, I found one, but one person was selling it for $160. It's a $30 book. Yes, it's like a special edition and you can't get it anywhere, but 160 is a little insane. But I happened to pop on one night and someone had it. And they had it for $30, which I think is so reasonable. So if you sold this recently on Pango, thank you so much. She's a beauty. She's got the sprayed edges, the art on the inside, the beautiful hardcover. Spectacular. Give me 14 of them. And I've heard this is a good read. I've seen a couple of people read it and they really liked it. You can probably see this little space right here. This is where they were. That is where these two actually go, so we can make it seem like it filled up a little bit. The next set is from Target. Now, we were in a Target looking at bed sheets, and by one of the end caps was like a clearance one, and they had books. I've never seen books on clearance at Target, and I used to work at Target. Never seen it before. So I grabbed them. The first one I grabbed was Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. I actually had this in the Book of the Month version, but I literally just the other day put it in my little library that's near me and was like, I think this is a sign to keep this book. And it was only $4, so I wasn't gonna pass that up. I read this one before, but it's kind of like that little thing of having the trophy set on the shelf, so that's why I grabbed it. It also had Pucked Love by Helen Hunting. This one I think is book 5. I think there's like 7 books. I think the 7th one isn't out yet, but I somehow ended up with 1, 2, and 3 from BookOutlet purchases, and I was like, well, I don't have this one, so let's just grab it, because it again, $4. So I now have 1, 2, 3, and 5 of this series. I've yet to read it. Also, this one had the sprayed edges as well. I don't mind a sprayed edge. I think I like it better on hardcover because it seems more protected. But like this, I feel like is gonna dull over time, but still cute. The next one I grabbed was 5 Total Strangers by Natalie D. Richards. This one just seemed like a really fun thriller. It's talking about how the main character Mira needs to get home, but her flight's delayed because of a blizzard. She sees like this group of friends of 4 people and they ask her if they want her to join on driving to where they're supposed to go, but then we learn that these people don't actually know each other. It's the first time they've ever met, and there's apparently some mishap going on and someone is like being very dangerous and stealing stuff. It seems like an interesting read, and so I thought I'd grab it. We're expanding our horizons in 2026. If we haven't heard that yet, you'll be seeing a lot of new stuff coming from me. Now next is a different story. Next is Book of the Month. I got 5 books for December. I was a little disappointed. My post-delivery person left the box in snow because it had snowed like 5 inches. The box got wet and seeped into the books. And so I emailed Book of the Month, and thankfully they were so responsive. Literally within an hour I got a response. And they were like, we'll send you new ones. Can you just send us pictures of the damaged ones? And then they told me that they can't accept damaged books, but because they were damaged, they're like, we can't take them, so you can either keep them, give them away. So I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to wrap them and then put a little kind of like blind date with the book, give it what it's about, and then put it at my little library. But the one that I chose for December was We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. 2 vampires stand between me and my mission, one who shattered my heart, one who torments me at court. Let the games begin. And it's a special edition. It has the sprayed edges, the map on the inside, but it does have some water damage to it. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see the splits there. The pages don't sit normal, and the hardcover is kind of bowed a little bit, and the cover dust jacket is damaged. That's how it is on all of them, unfortunately. The second one I grabbed is The Everlasting by Alex E. Haro one. I can't remember this. If I'm being honest, a lot of these books I'm picking up from seeing other people read them and not knowing anything about them, but I know that they're either fantasy or just mind-bending and different from romance. So that's why I kind of have grabbed a ton of these. We grabbed V.E. Schwab's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've just heard so many good things about this. Had to grab it, but it does have damage to it again. I do have a new one coming, thankfully. I now just have to wait another week. I then got The Dagger in the Flame and The Rebel in the Rose by Catherine Doyle. This series, I've been wanting to read these two for a while, ever since I first saw this one come on, and I was really saddened to see because the blue one got the most damage, unfortunately, and it just seemed like a fun fantasy series to kind of get into. These two I am going to wrap together because it would be so rude of me to just give one of these away, like wrap them separately and then someone grabs book two. Thank you, Book of the Month, for being so good at customer service. Like, the fact that I got a response in an hour was insane, and I absolutely love it. Next, I probably did my biggest haul from the Book Outlet. It's 26 books. They had their $5.99 sale. I think I had a $5 credit. And then during our move, I actually found an unused Visa gift card, like that we just randomly got a couple Christmases ago, and it had like $150 on it. And so I was like, you know, now that I have bigger bookcases, I have so much more space you can see that I need to fill it with. Why not spend it on books? So I have them semi-organized here, and you've seen me talk about a couple of these already because I talked about it in the winter TBR, but I did get some holiday books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We got The Mistletoe Season, which is 3 novellas by Sheila Roberts, Kathleen Fuller, and Pepper Basham. We got The Christmas Catch by Tony Shalhoub. This is another novella. We have Wreck My Plans by Julia Meadows. We have 25 Days Till Christmas by Poppy Alexander. Next we have Love You a Lot K by Amanda Elliott. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, is that what those are? It's the potato pancakes. I've had those before. They're actually really good. Now I really want these. Those look so good. And then next I got Winter in New York by Josie Silver. This one I think I've just seen so many times. She also wrote One Day in December, which I've heard people loved. To continue the winter theme, I grabbed The Lodge by Kayla Olson. This one I have listened to on audiobook and it was really good. And I saw it on here and was like, I need to grab the physical copy. And I do want to reread it, or maybe do like a dual listen read kind of thing, because I did like this book. And next is Any Trouble You by Victoria Levine. I explained this one in my Bookmas Day 1 video where I talk about TBRs, so you can learn a little bit more about that one in that video. Not really winter related, but I did grab these special editions of Icebreaker and Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Okay, next I have Only in Your Dreams by Ellie K. Wild. This one is about a football coach, and I can't remember what she does, but she moves back to her small town, and it looks like it might be a second chance romance. And then we have The Slowest Burn by Sarah Chamberlain. This one, I'll be honest, I grabbed because it says The Slowest Burn. We love a slow burn in this household. It's probably my top favorite trope. If this book does not slow burn, I'm gonna be very upset. If they're kissing by page 100, that's not a slow burn. This is a 315-page book, so we will be the judge when we read that. All right, the next three are by the same author, Fallon Ballard. I read All I Want Is You last Christmas. No, okay, last Christmas I read the book All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard. I don't know if that made sense. She had 3 books pop up, so I grabbed them. We have Right on Cue, Just My Type, and Lease on Love. But I grabbed these because I really liked her writing in the Christmas book, that I think these would seem interesting at all. So Right on Cue, obviously we got something to do with movies. Just My Type, we've got typing and probably another novelist. And then Lease on Love, which is obviously going to have to do with roommates to lovers. This opposites attract, roommates to lovers, romance is a true delight. And I like that they're all on the shorter end. I think they're all under, yeah, they're all about the 340 mark. Next we get into the interesting reads, the different reads, the non-romance. Well, there's romance, but not just straight romance. So first we have Now You're Mine, which is the book 2 in Possessing Her series by Morgan Bridges. I have the first one, Once You're Mine, here. and I was like, this is on here, I'm gonna grab it. Even though we haven't read that one yet, we at least have the second one. I heard a lot about Once You're Mine in this little series here, so I thought I'd grab them, and I like, again, they are shorter books. Next we have Shark Heart, A Love Story by Emily Hayback. I never would have picked this up until I saw other people read it. And just this story just seems so insane, just so insane, that I'm intrigued by it. Do I know that I'm probably going to cry through this? Yes. Am I prepared for that? Absolutely not. But I still am not going to deprive myself of reading what could be a really great book. So many people have picked this up being like, what is this? And then they're like, tears. This is a great book. Everybody needs to read it. I was influenced essentially to pick up this book. Haven't yet really cried over a book yet. I don't know if I'm ready. Okay, next we have Filthy Rich Fae by Genevieve Lee. Don't know what it's about. It says fae on it, and that's all I kind of cared about. But I actually have seen a couple of people read this and give their opinions on it. I've seen mixed reviews, and I've also never read anything by her. It's kind of one of my favorite things about book of the month and just grabbing any kind of book I want is I'm introduced to new authors, and I'm just intrigued. I mean, you call it Filthy Rich Fae, you can see we've got some foiling on the front, and then we just have flowers. So I'm a little intrigued on what this is going to be about. I have been basically going into books blind and not really reading the backs anymore, not reading synopsises, not listening to videos or tropes or anything. I may just seem like I'm winging it, and I kind of am. We're ready to read different things. And one of those different things that I'm so excited for is trials. I think books about trials are going to be my favorite. Haven't dived into them yet, but I'm about to, because we got The Inheritance Games and The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Bates. I have the naturals right here behind me. These ones, I've just heard so many good things, and I think this will be a good entryway into the trial realms. I'm so ready to start attacking these books next year. I plan to do the whole TBR jar and stuff in the next year, but I know I want to dive into certain series and give them chances. So we have the first 2 books of this series, and hopefully we will get to them in January. Next, Sword Heart, T. Kingfisher. Don't know anything about this. Just know that T. Kingfisher is who wrote Hemlock and Silver, but I've heard good things about that one, and the writing in that one being so good, so I grabbed this one. It does have the sprayed edges, the one color, but it's okay. But the hardcover of this book, so simple yet so effective. This burgundy with this blue foil, get out of here. This may end up with a display. I have this one on display, which is One Dark Kiss by Rebecca Zanetti. Haven't even read it yet, but that is so stunning. So like, imagine a whole shelf filled with these, because guess what? We have more coming. Which leads me to the last one by Rachel Housel Hall. Again, don't know what this is about. Just wanted to get my hands on as much different books than romance this time around. And we landed on this one. Cute little design on the sprayed edges. This like moth design on the inside, insane. And we do have another beautiful cover here. Except I do have questions. For people who display stuff like this, where do you put the dust jackets? Do you toss them? Do you keep them and store them? Where do you put these? Because I don't know what to do with them, and I don't want them to get folded or ripped or messed up. So if you have an answer to that, please let me know. Immortal Dark, Tegas Gurma. I know it's Tegas, I don't know how to say the last name. This one, all I heard was that the main character is like semi-based on Klaus from Vampire Diaries. Klaus was my favorite. Klaus and Caroline, in my head, are endgame, based off Klaus. You got yourself a reader. Also, this little guy on the sprayed edges. These insides are insane. I have heard really good things about this, and I think this was her debut, if I'm correct. Yeah, her debut novel. And are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. Why are we making every book so beautiful? Okay, next I actually have a funny story with this one. During the Thanksgiving sales, the Black Friday sales in November, Target had a couple times where it was buy 2 get 1 free books. And I almost bought this book because I was like, okay, like you dragged me in with the line, and almost bought it but didn't, and bought some other stuff. Not realizing I had already bought it through BookOutlet and it was on its way. And that is The Never List by Jade Presley. It's the same exact version that Target had. And on the back it says, "You're invited to the choosing, where you could win the heart of not just one prince, but 4. Hold on. We've got the sprayed edges, right? And then this. Stunning. Stunning. Just absolutely stunning. People did color theory and it's starting to look beautiful. The next ones, I can't wait to read. They are so visually stunning that I hope the book is going to be the same way. We have The Stars Are Dying and The Night Is Defying by Chloe C. Penaranda. And there's a third book that I think just came out this week now that I think about it. But the first one I believe is this one. We've got sprayed edges. We've got gold interior. We've got this cover. Get out of town. Oh, and then the back. When falls night, the world will drown in starlight. So pretty. I hope this is so good. And then the second book, purple edges. And then this one, where she looks like a full-on badass. And then they were her beginning and she would become their end. And I think this is a trilogy. Let me double check. Yes, it's a trilogy. It's called the Nightfall Trilogy with Nightfall NYTE. And The Dark is Descending just came out. Yeah, it just came out December 2nd. So literally the third book just came out. But these are just so visually stunning that I'm like, this book better be good. And I really want to read it. There are going to be so many books on display. I've made, let me turn you. I made this one kind of start out as my romantasy or fantasy, kind of everything different, like magic wise, because we got some V.E. Schwab over here. I've kind of made it just this 3-shelf one, but I think we may redo the big ones behind me to include the fantasy to kind of have their own, because I kind of have like dark romance right here and down here. I think we could do some switch arounds to make it like a romantasy shelf. And who knows, maybe some of those or the new ones will end up in my middle row, which has tend to become my favorite authors kind of section. Who knows? But that is it for Bookmas Day 3. Thank you for sticking around for this big haul, end of year haul. Can't believe we're at the end of 2025 already. But if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to support my channel more, you can subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.